Consultation opens on a digital currency for New Zealand, 17th April 2024. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand, Te Pūtea Matua, is continuing its exploration of a central bank digital currency. We are calling this digital cash. It would be a new type of money in addition to the banknotes and coins we have today and the electronic money in your bank account, Director of Money and Cash, Ian Wolford says. Digital cash would ensure that central bank money is available to all New Zealanders and able to be used digitally. It would also help enable a money and payment system that is innovative, competitive, and contributes to the development of New Zealand's digital economy. It would be the first digital form of New Zealand currency backed by the government and available to the public. Physical cash in banknotes and coins would still be available, so people would have the option to use either digital or physical cash. You would likely need a digital wallet, payment card, or phone app to access your digital cash. You wouldn't need a commercial bank account to use it. Innovations in money and payments are challenging New Zealand's monetary sovereignty. Like crypto assets, distributed ledgers, smart contracts, and digital currencies issued by global technology companies. New Zealand's money must innovate to stay relevant and useful and ensure our monetary sovereignty. There is also a huge opportunity for digital cash to support competition and innovation by enabling our powerful fintech sector. Digital cash would be mainly used for payments by individuals and businesses, to pay online, in-store, or even to pay your child's pocket money in the same way you can use cash currently. You could use it to do new things like make an instant digital payment to anyone in New Zealand. Today, New Zealanders still cannot make instant payments electronically to other people unless they are both with the same bank. It would also work via Bluetooth, so you could make payments without connecting to internet. This would be useful in an emergency or when the power is out. Digital cash would be private, secure, and trusted. The Reserve Bank will not control or see how you spend your money. Just like physical cash, digital cash would be denominated in New Zealand dollars and issued by the Reserve Bank. It could be swapped one-one with physical cash and other forms of NZD, like the electronic money in your bank account, Mr. Wolford says. We are planning for a future in New Zealand that has less cash, but not one that is cashless. We are committed to continuing to make cash available in forms that New Zealanders want to use. Many New Zealanders are using physical cash less and finding it harder to access. Our latest survey on cash use is out soon and shows cash use declined fast under COVID and is not increasing. We want New Zealanders to tell us what they think before we design how digital cash will work. What are the challenges, benefits, and concerns for you? Consultation is open 17th April until 26th July 2024.
Dear Reserve Bank of New Zealand, I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing to share my worries about the idea of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, coming to New Zealand. While I see how CBDCs could be helpful, like making things more efficient and including more people in the financial system, I think we need to think hard about whether we really need to switch to them. Right now, using debit cards is kind of like having digital money already. And lots of people are okay with that. Debit cards give us some privacy and security that we might lose if CBDCs come in, because CBDCs could let central banks watch our money more closely. I'm also worried that switching to CBDCs could make us more at risk of cyber attacks. We've seen how digital systems can get hacked, and if we switch to CBDCs, we might be more at risk of that happening to us. Another thing I'm worried about is how CBDCs could affect how stable our finances are. If we don't handle CBDCs the right way, it could lead to problems like banks running out of money or banks not being as important anymore. That could have really bad effects on me, my family, and the whole economy. Also, I'm concerned that CBDCs could make inequalities even worse. If not everyone can easily use digital money, some groups might get left out of the financial system even more. Let's think about a scenario. My son is 30 kilometers away from the nearest town. He's on the side of the road, cold, hungry, and has run out of gas with no cell phone reception. Even if he walks to the nearest gas station, he can't pay for food or gas. And where I live has no internet. How is CBDCs going to help in this situation? To me, it's not, because either way, normal banking and CBDCs won't work. So why the change? In a lot of cases, it's not going to benefit us at all. You also mentioned that it will be instant transactions. Well, you can do that now. The only thing stopping instant transactions are banks. They say it takes a few hours now to transfer from two different banks. Well, that's rubbish. It can be instant because it's still a digital transaction. It's the banks that slow it down. They want to make money with that transaction, is my guess, and on purpose don't transfer the money for at least a few hours. It's digital. It can be instant. We know that. So I say again, why the change when we can go instant now? Also, everything that you can do with CBDCs can be done with normal debit or credit transactions. It's the banks that don't allow that to happen, because if you think about it, it's still digital. So you talk about transferring money to another person or your own child using Bluetooth. Well, what's stopping you doing that now? You can add that feature now in the customer's bank app, because the transaction is still a digital transaction, and you can still encrypt it. So why the change? I cannot see no benefit at all when we can do that now. Just get the banks to allow their computers do all this to their systems and apps. The other thing is, just because other countries have adopted CBDCs, it doesn't mean we have to. We are not sheep that could be led to slaughter. CBDCs need to be a choice, like Bitcoin us a choice. If we don't want to use Bitcoin, then that's our choice. It doesn't change the way we use our money. I think the best way is to let it be a choice and not have it forced upon us. That's the way it should be. Other countries that use CBDCs have removed cash completely, example China, and look at the security state over there. It's a digital prison. We don't want governments, central banks, or any other third-party companies watching our transactions. And also controlling them, example social credit score. This is where it could lead to the slaughterhouse. With no privacy and full control over our spending. In short, I think we need to really think about these worries before we decide to bring CBDCs to New Zealand. I think any decision about CBDCs should be made very carefully, thinking about all the risks involved. Thank you for taking the time to read my letter. I hope you'll think carefully about these worries. Sincerely, Bryce Surgeon.